Welcome back to the Bryan Devore Connection. I'm your host, Bryan Devore. Connecting our elders is a very important topic, and what better name for a company than Connect Our Elders? So here to talk about Connect Our Elders is its owner and founder, Sarah Barker. Sarah, thank you for coming today.
Bryan, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
My pleasure. You and I have been trying to put this together for a long time. You don't always live in San Diego, so your schedule is kind of crazy, but I am so grateful that you are here today.
Thank you, as am I.
Good. So Connecting Our Elders is the name of the company, and we kind of talked about how you're a care coach, and we'll talk about that in just a moment, but first let's get to know you a little bit. What's your background and how did you get into this world of helping seniors?
Thank you. So my background, I have a military background, and then in 2012 I received my first opportunity to get into the senior care industry. It was actually an estate planning attorney who knew I was looking for something with a deeper purpose. I had just transitioned out of the military, and so it's an opportunity to have a higher calling where I get to serve our nation's elders.
It's pretty amazing. And this is a kind of a revolutionary idea, Connecting Our Elders. It's not a home care company or anything like that. Talk about what it is.
Sure. So Connect Our Elders, you can think of it as an advisory level care navigation agency. So that is correct. I am not providing any direct care, but I am the first point of contact for families. My goal from the beginning is to say, I am here for you. Let's reduce the overwhelm. There is hope for you, because what I know from years of experience working in caregiving agencies, by the time they would get to me, there was a sense of being lost, of feeling hopeless, being extremely confused about what existed to help them in their situation. There's the care recipient, who is the elder, but then there's the family. And hospice does a really good job of talking about how their services wrap around the family, but non-medical home care also wraps around the family, right? This is to support the entire family through the aging journey. So Connect Our Elders provides upfront education at no cost and puts together a care plan to move forward with. And then that's when we connect them, depending on their situation, their location, their budget. We then connect them to, if they need caregiving services, we connect them with caregiving. If they need care management, we do that. If they need placement, we connect them with the placement professional, real estate planning attorney, financial advisor. And oftentimes what I've learned over the years, it's not just one resource they need multiple. So we're the starting point to put together the direction and then hold their hand.
Got it. So when we were talking on the phone the other day, and I kind of said, oh, you're a care coach. And if you think about it, like a football coach, right? Football coach coordinates with the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, and all the people below. Because a lot of times, like you said, seniors come in one area, but they need many more. It's a variety of things that they need, but they don't know about them. They don't know they exist necessarily unless someone introduces them to them.
That is correct. And I feel like our approach to it expedites them getting the resources they need versus it being siloed, right? Because if they reach out to one resource, and then that resource may say, after a period of time, okay, I think that you need this other resource, it creates this delay. Where the way we do it, we take this holistic view, and then we connect them to the appropriate resources from the beginning, and then provide the ongoing coaching. Many times the adult children, it's a unique dynamic because they're in a situation where they're trying to get their aging loved one to even open up to the idea of needing care. So it's not only coaching on what the resources are, what they're all about, how they're paid for, even other benefits such as aid and attendance or the VA homemaker program, local nonprofit resources, but also providing that coaching from a psychological, emotional, mental perspective to the adult children to help them get their loved one to open up.
Yeah, and you and I have talked about this before. There's a lot of great resources out there that seniors don't know about, their families don't know about. And it becomes overwhelming, and typically the people we work with are in crisis mode. They're not in a planning mode. They're reacting to mom fell, dad hit his head, or whatever the situation is, and now they got to scramble. And how do they find them all?
They do, and that's why it's so wonderful that you're doing the Senior 101 with Oasis. I love the concept because Connect Our Elders' tagline is empowering aging. So yes, of course I love it when families come to me, but you're right, many times it is that crisis situation. So Connect Our Elders is all about leading with proactive situations so we can play our part to help people understand before the time comes.
Yeah. And I know you talked about flexibility. It provides flexibility to people where they can get what they need when they need it. It doesn't have to all be at once, but it's a coach who's kind of guiding them. Okay, you went through this. Now we got to look at that. Don't forget, we have to look at this. So it's kind of a holistic approach.
It is, and also one of the unique things is that I'm not beholden to any one caregiving agency. I'm not beholden to any one care manager, any one placement professional, right? So depending on where someone's located, what the budget is, also just personality types, who I think is going to be the right provider to take the ball, if you want to use the football analogy, and then lead it forward. And during the height of COVID, we all know caregiving agencies, staffing, right, lack of caregivers across the country. So I've had many situations where I've actually advised, in order to meet the needs of the elder, it is going to be necessary that we have 2 agencies in the home to supply the needs. But they know that if they're working with Connector Elders, they will play nice together. They will communicate. They will have respect for each other's agencies, because the focus is the elder and making sure that they get the care that they deserve.
Yeah, I love that. And you mentioned just recently about no matter where they are. This is nationwide. This is not just San Diego.
Correct. It is nationwide. My intention was just San Diego County and Middle Tennessee, so Nashville and the surrounding areas. But I then started receiving opportunities to serve in other parts of the country. So I am excited to report that I do have a network of providers across the nation now, where quickly I can get a plan in place for the elder and their families.
That's amazing. And your website has so much information and so many resources on there, so people can at least just start there or give you a call. So your information is on screen. Phone number and website are right there, so people can go there, learn about the resources, learn about how Connect Our Elders does work, and no matter where you are, you can take advantage of it. If you're listening on a podcast, of course, you can't see it on screen, but it is in the text below. So Sarah, thank you so much for coming today and sharing about Connect Our Elders. I love what you do, and we got to keep doing it.
100%. Thank you so much, Brian.
My pleasure.